Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the middleweight bout between Nassourdine Imavov versus Joaquin Buckley. So I see this one right here. I'm going average confidence, Joaquin Buckley. I don't see these people talking about free money, this and that, or about Nassourdine Imavov. He's just not that guy. Look at his record. He's not that guy. Yeah, he's not that guy. Like who he beat Edmund Shabazian, who had already gotten broken down, and the puzzle had already been solved by Brunson first. I think Hermanson. I think maybe one other person, but definitely he was one. He was one of the people that followed. Brunson was first, and he was not the first. I mean, Brunson was obviously the first, but Amavo was not the first or second for sure. He was not the first or second person. Dude, he was like third or fourth. So, what'd you really do? Nothing impressive. You just followed the blueprint and did it. And obviously Shabazian side, he ain't fix it. So nothing impressive there. He beat he beat he beat Hanish, lost to Phil Halls, and also he beat maybe Jonathan Manure, who at one point was a good prospect. By the time he fought him with nobody, and it seemed like a trend. Yeah, but I'm saying the trend. Like the guy's a stalker. I mean, he playing stocks. He got a Manure after he got left the UFC, got beat up by Kobe Covington and Dominic. When Manure first fought Kobe Covington, well, he only fought Covington once. He was a bright prospect. He was very big, young enough, like 6'5" at welterweight. It seemed like a well-rounded talent. Kobe Covington made a dude like a scrub, and they got cut him after that, or he retired. I don't know what happened, but he was left the UFC shortly after that and never amounted to much anything. So this trend is, it seemed like the Imavov catches people after they already been exposed or beaten. Like Manure had already left the UFC, been out of the UFC a couple years. He beat him then. Probably got a decent win on his record and got it noticed by the UFC for beating him. And then beat Shabazian after he already got exposed twice. So he a trend. So now I guess his thing is, I already got a trend. I got my little decent wins when they were already at a discount value. Got in and still treated them like big wins. And people for some reason thinking this guy's this and that because he beat these people, even though they already been exposed well before he beat them. But they still exposed win still a good win. Even if a good win that was exposed still is a good win. A rose is still a rose, even if it's been exposed type beat. And now I guess his thing is, Joaquin Buckley or Joaquin Buckley, a guy that I feel like I could beat that's trending right now. So if I beat him, this will be my first actual win that's of substance where a guy is trending up. But I feel like he's saying like trying to, I guess, see, it's the matchmaker, but I'm making a story out of it. Like he's saying like, oh, this guy's not as good as this, but when actually Nassourdine Imavov is the guy who's not as good as he perceives himself to be. Because all his wins, I would rate some of Buckley's wins better than every single win Imavov did. Right now, Buckley's impressing me more than Imavov has. His win over Impa Kasagane was dog in that fight, amazing kick. Obviously, Kasagane ain't no big stud, but Kasagane is a well-rounded talent, and he was hurting before even the fantastic kick. So he was winning the fight even before that. So good win for Buckley, especially at the time. Yeah, so all that matters at the time because people gonna fall off, do this, do that. At the time, it was a good win and still maintains a decent win. It lost some value, well, good value, but for the time it was been a dog in the fight to do that, good win. Dog in the fight against Durarev, and Durarev saying, "Oh, I was giving him the work in the gym," and he was flat out embarrassed. Durarev was dropping him at will and slapping around and making Durarev like a straight up amateur. So big wins. I would say those way better than any single win that Imavov having. This Imavov guy that everybody's supposed to be so high on right now. He's the free money. He's the lock or whatever case may be with this card. This man couldn't put away Jordan Williamson, or Wilson or whatever his name is. Dude got terrible striking, barely uses his wrestling, got a whole disorder or disease. I forget what. Don't quote me. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's definitely not a positive for him. Don't help him. And that dude was touching with some big power, even though his striking and stuff, especially at that time, was raw. It's still raw, but at that time it was particularly raw. And then Imavov supposed to be this and that was getting touched up at points in that fight with Jordan Wilson. It was actually a very close fight. It was a no wash. It was a very close fight. So had a tough time with him. Couldn't put him away. Was getting hurt and touched up with him at times with him and his striking schoolyard level, especially at that point. And then was getting touched by Phil Halls. Got taken down. You know, a guy that's a one-dimensional, especially at that time. Well, even not that time. He was evolving at that time, but he fought him almost as a one-dimensional wrestler with like overhand, and beat him with a one-dimensional wrestler with overhand. took him down, like was able to control him for like 1.5 rounds and then scoop by the other half and get a close decision over him. So this guy supposed to be this and that, but he letting people scoop by on him. That guy that's faded and tired right in front of him, he can't put him away. So he put away High Niche, who was at High Niche has been on the downtrend. That's not a good win. Again, another little investment fights. Like you fighting a guy that's has some good wins, but was on the downtrend. You got him on the downtrend. What does that mean? To some people, like, oh my God, I see that name. But when you were looking deeper, he getting people on the downtrend. He never really beating no one on the uptrend. So Imavov a joke, to be honest. This fight can take him out the joke category, but he's still, to me right now, kind of a joke, to be honest. But solid fighter. I'm not saying he a bad fighter, but he needs some big wins, some big legitimate wins, and not catching people on the downtrend. Like even the Gas fight, picked him to win that one, would have won that one. Catching guy on the downtrend. This is his chance to get him on uptrend, and he probably feel like stylistically this is a good matchup for him. But I feel like Buckley has shown more improvements in the striking. Buckley also has a wrestling background as well. And I feel like he can match him in wrestling, compete with him in wrestling, maybe even beat him in wrestling. I feel like he's more explosive on the feet. And I feel like right now he's been shown to be the more technical striker, at least in that last fight. But still going to see this as a highly competitive fight. This is not no free money on either side. Very competitive fight and very much toss up. And like I said, the outcome going to be the outcome. It might be a dominant fashion for Buckley. It might be a dominant fashion for Imavov. But on paper, predicting it, this is not no free or lock pick. This is a very competitive fight. So I'm going average confidence Buckley. I feel like he has more power, be more explosive, and be able to take advantage of the lack of defense of Nassourdine Imavov. Imavov do a lot of moving, but the head ain't gonna move nowhere. Buckley's gonna be able to touch it, probably be able to hurt him, kind of get a couple drops in there, land some power shots, might be able to sneak a takedown there, but very, very competitive fight. But Buckley edging it ever so slightly. So in this fight, I got Joaquin Buckley via decision.